My name is Neil Vandry. I'm the officiator of this church, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about us and what we do here. We are having a few more people coming up, and we are going to get the show started here in just a moment. But before we do, I'd like to, as I say, tell you a little bit about the Church of Perpetual Life and what we do. First of all, this building houses 3 churches. There are actually 3 churches here, one on Sunday morning, a traditional Christian church, one on Saturday morning, a Messianic Jewish congregation, and also Perpetual Life, which meets typically once a month. And our next big presentation is actually next Thursday. So I'd like to invite you all, if you would like to take tickets with you and remind yourself to come back. It's a free presentation by Dr. Maharaj. Dr. Maharaj is going to be here to talk about his organization, the South Florida Bone Marrow and Stem Cell Transplant Institute. I'm going to tell you a little more about that in just a moment. But before I do, I would like to say that the Church of Perpetual Life, the main church here at this building, is a church that is open to all people of all faiths. It is a science-based church, and we're non-denominational and non-judgmental. My personal background is as a Unity chaplain. Is there anyone here from Unity Church? Or just a few people? Okay. Well, anyway, there's the Hollywood Unity Church. There's also the Fort Lauderdale Unity Church, and there's I believe 2 churches in Miami. Is that correct? Unity on the Bay.
Oh, there's one South Miami.
In South Miami.
Yeah.
So for those of you looking for a spiritual home, you might consider the Unity churches or the Christian church that meets here or the Messianic Jewish congregation that meets. I can recommend all of them. Again, my background as a chaplain with Unity gives you a little bit of an idea of what my background would be. But I'm here as the officiator to help with the Church of Perpetual Life in doing what's going on here. Now, this is the first transhumanist brick and mortar church in the whole world. This is the first one. And so what we're doing is actually creating the certain things that we do. And one of the things that we do here at Perpetual Life is to have ceremonies and services on the vernal equinox, which this is, the spring equinox, the summer solstice, the winter solstice, and the autumnal equinox. So we plan on having Fairy Elaine to come back at the future events, which will be the summer, the autumnal, and the winter solstices. All of those events coming up. And we'd love to have you invite your friends and neighbors to those events. As those of you who have ever heard Fairy Elaine sing before, you'll once again appreciate her tonight. Those of you who have not heard her before, this is going to be a great event for you. And so this is what we do. The members of the Church of Perpetual Life, we're an assortment of people. We are Christian, we are Jewish, there are atheists, there are agnostics, there are Buddhists. We even had our first Muslim come from Kazakhstan at the last meeting last month. So we have people from all faiths or no faiths who come, and what we do is work on concepts to end the aging process, perpetual life, to reverse human aging. And there are many cryonauts who are involved with this church. So anyway, after the event tonight, we're going to have a little get-together downstairs. If you'd like to join us, a little bit of food and drink and merriment. And any of you that have questions about Perpetual Life or these concepts, you can learn more about that from the table, which is just outside of this room, or one of our tables. I believe we have a cryonaut table downstairs, and I'm certainly going to be around all night to answer any questions and engage in any dialogue that you'd like to talk about. So before we get underway, I'd like to first bring up, of course, Miss Fairy Elaine, Mrs. Fairy Elaine, and should we bring up James at your leisure? And I'd like to make a special presentation to Elaine. She didn't know I was going to do this, but I'm going to give you an honorary free associate membership card to Alcor, which is the cryonic organization out there in Arizona. One for you, and I have one for James as well. So you are honorary cryonauts.
How cool is that?
By the way, cryogenics, cryostasis is the essentially the freezing of a person to come back in 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, who knows when. It's cryonic suspension, and we can talk more about that. So let's have a great warm welcome for Fairy Elaine.
All right. Hi, everybody. Happy spring, right? You know, it isn't so much of a contrast for us to go from winter to spring, but I have a lot of friends and family up north, and they are so happy right now. My sister sent me, I don't know if it was a YouTube, but it was a video called The People versus Winter. And it was all just footage of trucks sliding, cars sliding, people falling, all snow and ice. And I was like, I am so grateful that I live in Florida, especially in the winter, right? Let's hear it for Florida. All right. But it is the first day, the first official day of spring. It became spring sometime early this morning. So it is that time. And there's 2 days out of the whole year where you can actually take an egg and sit it on its end, and it'll stay up. So maybe if they have any eggs downstairs, we can experiment a little bit later. So I wanted to start the program with a song called Pendulum. And, things go like this for a while, then things go like that for a while. How the pendulum swings. Maybe it's a minute, maybe it's a couple of years, maybe it's 2,000 years, but it usually ends up going back and forth. And I think what this teaches us is to find some balance along the way, where today is a day where there's 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. It's a balance. It's a balance. So this is called Pendulum, and it's about embracing all of it, the good stuff and the what may appear to be not so good. But how many people here have ever gone through an experience where you thought that it was the worst thing that ever happened to you, and then it ended up maybe being the best thing? And just today I was reading an article, and there was a woman who had some challenges, and it was like her whole life was, she had a lot of complaining and a lot of issues and a lot of circumstances. And then she had a spiritual awakening, and what she came out with, I think she wrote a book, and I think the book was, What's in the Way is the Way. What's in the way is the way. I love that. Maybe that'll be the next song. What's in the way is the way. So, it's about embracing it, even though it might not always be so easy to do. That's why it's good to have a community. Your community can help you and know for you the truth that, we're all part of the one. So, Pendulum. My eyes are open, my vision is clear, my heart once broken has mended the fear. Time is the healer, the pendulum swings, one voice, one silent, so sweetly now sings. Embrace the laughter, embrace the gifts of life, embrace the universe, embraced by the light. Embrace the challenges, embrace the pain, embrace the sunshine, embraced by the rain. Time is the healer, the pendulum swings, one voice, just take, oh, thank you. Okay. So, James, would you come up and join me, please? This is James Beloved. And Alexander. You know, so my name is Elaine Silver, or also known as Fairy Elaine. I'm also Mrs. Alexander, so, and I like that. Our last name has an X in it, like a kiss. I like that. So, a couple of years ago, I started doing kirtan, which is chanting and having people sing along. Kirtan is a Sanskrit word which means to come together to sing. And I like this form of kirtan that I do because it's more modern, it's more contemporary, it's very Western. And whereas in a traditional kirtan group from India, they'll have the harmonium and they'll have the tabla drums and maybe sitar. They'll just have these traditional Indian instruments. But the way I like to do it is with, well, of course I play the guitar, so we have guitar, and we might have djembe, you know, which is African, or we might have Middle Eastern drum, but we like to have bass. And when I met James back in 2009, he had been a closet guitar player. So, you know, he never really performed at all, so I asked him if he would learn bass. So here he is a couple years later on the bass, and I'm happy to have him. So, let's see, can you hear the guitar? Let's do Enjoy Every Moment. So we're going to do a song that it's called Enjoy Every Moment. And that phrase, enjoy every moment, was the mantra of my adopted Jewish mom, Elaine, and she passed in September. But she would always say, enjoy every moment. And, you know, when I first heard her say that, I was thinking, like, how can you enjoy every moment? I mean, really, how can you enjoy every moment? But it's actually an ideal, you know, and an ideal is something that you strive for, and, like, you know, sometimes you actually get there, but then you aren't there again, so you can get there again. So it's about enjoying the moment, bringing ourselves back to the moment. And I had just gotten back to Florida. I was here for 15 minutes. I just walked in the door. We live in West Palm right now, and 15 minutes later, I got the call that she had passed. And I was on the phone. I was making it. 2 days later, I'm back going up to New Jersey, and I wrote this song on the plane. Can you sing with me? How many people are here tonight? Raise your hand if you're here. Yeah? Okay. Some people, their body's your body's here, even though maybe you're not here. But if your body's here, you have a mouth and teeth and a tongue and vocal cords. So you can sing this part with us, and we'd be happy to have you join us. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy your life. When you enjoy every moment, you shine your light. Let's try that much. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. When you enjoy every moment, you shine your light. You shine your light. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy what's here. Enjoy what's here. Enjoy every moment. The truth is clear. One more. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. When you enjoy every moment, you shine. You shine your light. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy what's here. Enjoy what's here. When you enjoy every moment, the truth is clear. The truth is clear. The love of God is blessing you. The light of God protects. The power of God God is watching, and God's presence redirects you to enjoy every moment. Enjoy your life. When you enjoy every moment, you shine your light. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy what's here. Enjoy what's here. When you enjoy every moment, the truth is clear. Life is good, getting better, and laughing seals the deal. Reach out now to one another with hugs that help you heal, and enjoy every moment. Enjoy your life. When you enjoy every moment, shine your light. Enjoy every moment. What's here? Enjoy what's here. When you enjoy every moment, the truth is clear. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy your life. When you enjoy every moment, you shine your light. Enjoy. When you enjoy every moment, shine your light. All right, good job, everybody. Give yourself a hand. Yay. Very good. So, Elaine, that was my adopted mom's name, Elaine. And back, I think, towards the late 80s, she got a guru, and she got a mantra. So a mantra is a sacred phrase that if you say it over and over, it will bring you to an altered state of awareness. And she was at a party one night where it wasn't really a party, but it was a meditation gathering. And this man from India came in and he said, would it be okay if he gave a little meditation? And they said, sure. So he taught them the mantra, and then Elaine started doing this mantra, and she just went somewhere. And she said when she finally came back to her awareness right here and now in her body, people were finishing eating, they were getting ready to leave, and she had just left for probably about an hour. And so the man that had given the mantra asked her if she would like to be initiated into this group. And so she had to do it the next day because he was leaving the day after. So she started just chanting this mantra over and over. It's all she wanted to do. She thought, she wished that there was some kind of a convent or something for Jewish women where she could just go and meditate. That's all she wanted to do. So the mantra is Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Data. So it's Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Data. And, the words mean, it's not so much what they mean. It's not so much what these words mean, but it's what they do, because Sanskrit is a language of vibration. So it actually changes the cellular structure. I think it can help you live longer. And really, all the words mean, yay, God, or yay, the divine, or yay, hail the oneness. Victory to life. Hari Om. Om is the universal sound of creation, where things continue to create and co-create and continue. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Data. Jai is hail. Guru is the inner teacher. Data is the 3 stages: birth, life, death, birth, life, death. Data. It's like a trinity. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Data. Can you say it again? Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Data. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Let's try the whole thing. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Okay, and this goes to you, Delanola. So I'll sing it, and then I'm going to have you sing it back, but I'll sing it with you. And it happens twice. I'm going to sing Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. That's the phrase that you'll sing back to me. So that's a traditional kirtan, is a leader and a group. So here's a little beautiful waltz I put these words to. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. 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 Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Hari Hari Om. Hari Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Beautiful. Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om Tat Sat 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 Jai Guru Datta. Hari 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 Om. Hari Hari Om. Hari 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 Om. Hari 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 Om. Hari 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 Om. Hari 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 Om. Hari 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 Om. Hari 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 Om. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om 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 Tat Sat. Yeah. Jai Guru Datta. Jai Guru Datta. Jai Guru Datta, Jai Guru Datta, Jai Guru Datta. Now that you know the mantra, I'm going to do it a little faster. Hari Om Tata Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tata Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om Tata Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tata Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tata Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om Tata Jai, Hari Om Tata Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tata Jai Guru Datta. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om Tat Sat, Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tat Sat, Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tat Sat, Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tat Sat, Jai Guru Datta. Everybody, Hari Om Tat Sat, Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tat Sat, Jai Guru Datta, Jai Guru Datta, Jai Guru Datta, Jai Guru Datta. Let's take a nice deep breath. Oh, thank you. That's beautiful, really beautiful. And everybody's singing it. It's good for you. It's healthy for you. This will help you live longer, or at least give you a better quality of life, because when you sing, you create endorphins, and it's good for your posture, and it's good for your breathing. It's good for your health to sing. So you came to the right place. And back in January, I went through a little bit of a songwriting. I was actually on steroids because I had a health issue. And the doctor put me on 12 days of steroids. Don't do steroids.
On the 12th day of steroids.
Right. Oh, poor James, I'm like, and he's like, I'm like, no, mine trumps yours. I'm on steroids. But what happened was, there was a beautiful new moon, and the new moon was beginning to get bigger. It was beginning to wax. And I don't know if you remember the new moon in January, but the moon wasn't like this. It was like this. It was like a smile. And it does that sometimes. It'll smile. And because of that, I really experienced the shadow of the earth that made that shape. Because that's what it is. We're looking at the sun reflecting off the moon, and then the shadow of the earth gives it the shape. And back in the 80s, I had a songwriting partner, Nancy Fuchs-Weber, and we wrote this song called Sister Moon, Brother Sun, and it started out, Crescent Moon, Wingtip Light. And these are her words. Crescent Moon, Wingtip Light. And I kind of knew what she was talking about, but then forever, her email address has been Lightwing. So the light wing, and then I saw the light wings this way. The moon had wings. And so I made the song called The Shadow of the Earth. We're going to teach you the chorus. It's very easy, much easier than Hari Om Tata Jai Guru Datta. So, oh, and what happens when the moon is waxing and getting bigger, that's the time that you set an intention to manifest something, because you're working with that light growing and getting larger. And then you have the full moon. And then when the full moon begins to wane and go back to becoming a new moon again, that's the time that you can release something. So we have the time to gain and the time to let go. So we're going to have new moons waxing and full moons waning in this. So here's the chorus. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. New moons waxing. Let's try that. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. New moons waxing. One more. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. New moons waxing. A time to self-express, to feel the happiness, to vision and request what we see. We're bringing up the vibe, we're singing as a tribe. Our spirits can collide and be free. Here's us. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. New moons waxing. I open up my heart, the negatives depart, as I do my part for the good. Our spirit's sacred art creates a brand new start, knowing we are heard and understood. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. New moons wax. And now we're going to do full moon. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. Full moons waning. A time now to release into an inner peace, to let go and to feel the victory. We're bringing in the vibe, we're singing as a tribe. Our spirits rest inside and be free. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. Full moons waning. A time to self-express as I do my best, knowing I am blessed and I am free. A time now to release into an inner peace, to let go and to feel the victory. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. Full moons waning. Now one more. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. The shadow of the earth gives the moonlight wings. New moons waxing and full moons waning. Full moons waning, new moons waxing, new moons waxing. All right. And so right around that same, I think it was the same day, I made this song. And it's called "It's About Love," and I really was in some kind of like a personal crisis. And you know, the Chinese meaning for the word crisis is what? Opportunity. So I guess I took the opportunity to be creative during a crisis. And so many times in my songwriting, what happens is there's some crisis, or there's some condition, or there's something, and I'm just feeling down here. I'm just there. And then I'll have a little dialogue with myself, or especially if I'm down, I start to think in rhymes. Because, if I'm like really happy and everything's going great, I'm too busy to get introspective. But when I'm in that place, that's when the co-creating sometimes begins. And it's very cathartic, for a lot of people, if you're in that place, if you start to write it down, it will help to get it out. And so even though I may be feeling this, I'm knowing this. Because I know that there's only one of us and everything works out. And it doesn't always feel that way, but there's always a gift somewhere, And sometimes I'm in that place and I'm like, where's the gift? Where's the stinking gift? Where is it? That might be a song. Where's the stinking gift? Where's the stinking gift? Where is it? Well, sometimes things take time. And contrast gives us, if we're over here and we know, I don't want that, I don't want this, then we more know what we do want, right? So, the contrast. So, my contrast was telling me it's about love, it's about freedom, it's about self-expression, it's about communication, it's about compassion, and it's about cooperation. So, it's about love. It's about love. It's about freedom. It's about joy for you and me some. It's about peace and cooperation. As I release into transformation, it's about love, it's about joy, it's about peace for every girl and boy. It's about love, it's about freedom, it's about joy for you and me some. It's about love, it's about freedom, it's about joy for you and me some. It's about love, it's about joy, it's about peace for every girl and boy, woman and man. It's about peace and communication as I release into transformation. Here's your part. It's about love. It's about love. Just that part. It's about love. It's about love. Let me hear you. It's about love. Keep that going. Big voices. It's about love. It's about love. It's about unconditional love. It's about 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 love. Unconditional love. It's about love. There. guys are fantastic, really. It's a joy to. Well, that's obvious. That's why I'm up here. But it's so sweet to have everybody just join in. And how does it feel? It feels good to sing. Yay, it feels good. So let's do Touch the Earth. So in keeping with our earth-based spirituality, we're going to do a couple earth songs. And in honoring this phase of the year. You know, the fairies call today is one of those special times on the calendar, you know, where we went from winter to spring. And there's times when we go maybe from the old year to the new year. And there's times when we go from the darkness to the light, you know, from dark to dawn or from day to dusk. And these are called the in-between times. The fairies call the tween times. And these are the best time to maybe go to the water, and maybe you can look for the sparkles on the waves, or you can go in the woods, you can watch the leaves move. You can make those leaves move by looking at them. You can kind of command them. And that's the fairy energy. That's the fairy energy. It's powerful during the tween times. I have a little song that I can sing at the fall equinox, and I can sing at the spring equinox. And I'll just sing it for you, and then we'll do our earth things. It goes, it's the equinox of springtime, the balance of day and night. It's the equinox of springtime, we're balancing day and night. We're balancing dark and light. The fairies call this the tween time, when magic is at hand. They will carry you to the borderline, where the goddess can share her plan. It's the equinox of springtime, the balance of day and night. It's the equinox of springtime, we're balancing dark and light. And so it is. Okay. Touch the earth, 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 touch the earth. Now together, speak of love, walk on common ground. Let's try that part together. Speak of love, walk on common ground. Touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth. Together, speak of love, walk on common ground. In every living thing, there's a heartbeat sounding, in trees that are reaching, in oceans that are pounding. In every living thing, there's a life force burning, in living waters flowing, in wind now a turning. Touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth, speak of love, walk on common ground. The balance of the earth is a circle never ending. Life flows into life, there's a constant beauty blending. Now there is a threat, there is danger on the land, and we could turn all life into burning sand. Touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth. Speak of love, walk on common ground. In every living thing, every other thing is found. In living in the world, we all walk on common ground. Peace begins within, peace it gently sings, as we choose to find the pure light within each living thing. Touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth. Speak of love, walk on common ground. Touch the earth, 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 touch the earth. Speak of love, walk on common ground. Speak of love, walk on common ground. Speak of love, walk on common ground. So I'll sing a line, and then you sing it back to me. Touch the earth, feel the sky. The universe is my supply. Is my supply. Talk of love, walk on common ground. Talk of love, walk on common ground. Talk of love, walk on common ground. See the wind, know the fire. See the wind, know the fire. The water's edge is rising higher. The water's edge is rising higher. Talk of love, walk on common ground. 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 One more time. Talk of love, walk on common ground. So 2 summers ago, I had the honor of meeting Margot Adler. She was on the radio for a long time, NPR. And it was up at an event at a Unitarian conference center called Row in Row, Massachusetts. I hadn't been there for a few years. For many years, I was the resident fairy priestess at women's circles. And women's circles graduated and is now called Women's Soul. And then a new women's circle started. And women's circle is more for that, I think, for the younger women who are learning about the earth and the goddess. But when you get to a certain age, you get to be in women's soul. And I was at that certain age. And so I wanted to be croned. I'd always wanted to be croned. I was like a crone wannabe 20 years ago. I always wanted to be that wise, wisdom-carrying goddess. So I got to have Margot Adler as one of my croning sisters. There were 5 of us. I was the baby crone. And I was so excited because I was going back last summer and she was planning to be there. But a few weeks before Women's Soul 2014, she passed. She had a bad bout with, I think, breast cancer. And then eclipse phase. She works with the fairy energy too. Shortly after Margot went into the next, she was kind of in the between space. Eclipse heard her singing this next song, and she was kind of surprised that this was the song, because this was the message to the human race. So this is your message. And I like to think that we can come together on important issues and be for something. My big issue now is GMO-free Florida. Yeah. And this is called Children of the Earth Tribe. It's like this. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Let's try it. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Some say namaste. Some say Homi Takwiyesin. Some say Om. Some say Shalom. We all call Mother Earth our home. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Protect her, respect her. Please don't neglect her. We all affect her. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, one more time. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up now. Thank you, Margot. Margot Adler. So I believe it's May 23rd, and there's going to be demonstrations and gatherings for a GMO-free Florida. And I think GMO-free Florida has its own web page, not web page, probably has a web page, but the Facebook page. And if you want to get involved, then we have to spread the word. I mean, it's one thing to play with the seeds and, do hybrids, but when you start to, put animal genes into, it's just, it seems so strange to me, and then they have a monopoly. Or they're trying to have Monsanto is trying to have a monopoly on the food of the world. The food of the world. So instead of being against them, which we are, but instead of putting the energy in I'm against them, we're going to just be for something that we want. GMO-free Florida. And what that means is, right now, what we're asking our leaders to do is to vote so that we can have GMO labeling on our food so that we actually have a choice. So we actually have a choice in what we're eating. And I am one of the most non-political people on the planet. It's like, oh, no, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to talk about politics. I have family members who they would really start getting in on politics, and I would just leave the room because I don't like that vibration, but I really like the idea of having a choice in what goes in my body, and I think that most people would want to know what they're eating or not eating. So we're going to change direction a little bit, and we're going to get it back into the joy vibration. Red hot. This was a long time ago, about 10 years ago, maybe more. I started noticing, I'd go out to restaurants and I'd see these about 20 women all sitting together wearing purple and a red hat. And they were the women of the Red Hat Society. And I just thought it was the coolest thing because there were these women that would get together and they would just have their little tribe and their chapter. And, I've had a community in different groups of women and feeling like my sisters and the goddesses. We called ourselves the goddesses. But there's a lot of women that never had like a sisterhood. So there was a woman, I think probably must have started maybe in the early 90s, and there's a poem written by a woman named Jenny Johnston, and I'm going to just paraphrase it. Basically, the poem is, when I am an old woman, and that meant 50. When I am an old woman, this was written in the 20s, when I am an old woman, I will wear a purple dress and a red hat, and they don't match, and I will not care what anybody thinks. I'll sit on the sidewalk, I'll eat ice cream. Just being that choice of freedom. And it's actually a spiritual practice. It's a spiritual principle, and this is it. What you think of me is none of my business. And that's what these women in the Red Hat Society, they just don't care what anybody else thinks. They're having fun and going for the gusto. So I just love those ladies, the Red Hat ladies. So I wrote this little song called She's a Red Hot Red Hat Mama. I'm going to teach you the chorus. She's a red hat mama, taking trips to the Bahamas, lounging in her pajamas, not doing what she don't want to. Try with me. She's a red hat mama, taking trips to the Bahamas, lounging in her pajamas, not doing what she don't wanna. Just what does this red hot mama do all week? She goes to church on Sunday, drives fast cars on Monday. She's a social fashion plate, can't be late for Tuesday's date. Wednesday, She takes time to celebrate. She's a red hat mama, taking trips to the Bahamas, lounging in her pajamas, not doing what she don't wanna. What about the rest of the week, James? Thursday she meets up with the girls, decked out in purple, their red hats and pearls. When Friday rolls around, she's dancing at the underground. On Saturday, she does anything she wants, 'cause she's a red hot mama, taking trips to the Bahamas, lounging in her pajamas, not doing what she don't wanna. The girl just wants to have some fun. She could be singing in the rain or laughing in the sun. She's taking full control of the gusto in her soul. She's living real big, she will never grow old, 'cause she's a red hot mama, taking trips to the Bahamas, lounging in her pajamas, not doing what she don't want. One more time. She's a red hot mama, taking trips to the Bahamas, lounging in her pajamas, not doing what she don't wanna, not doing what she don't wanna, not doing what she don't wanna, doing just what she wants. Okay, thank you, everybody. So I learned this song to sing specifically here the last time I was here. And it's a Forever Young song. That was a request to do Forever Young. So I knew that Bob Dylan, wrote a Forever Young song. So I went on YouTube and I was listening to it and I'm thinking like, I don't know, that doesn't sound like what I'm remembering. And then I Googled it and then I found, the Rod Stewart Forever Young song. So that's the one I learned, that version. But then I did a little bit of research, and actually the story of the Forever Young song is that Rod Stewart was really inspired by the Bob Dylan song Forever Young, and then he just kind of took it and interpreted it and made some different words and different melody, and he sent it to Bob Dylan. He said, "What do you think?" And Bob's like, "Great, just give me some songwriting credits." So this Forever Young song that Rod Stewart did, it was co-written with somebody in Rod's band, Rod and Bob Dylan. So that's the story of that. And if you know it, please join in. May the good Lord be with you down every road you roll. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true, and do unto others as you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you'll always stay forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young. May good fortune be with you, may your guiding light be strong. Build a stairway to heaven with a prince or a vagabond, and may you never my way. I'll be hoping that I served you well. For all the wisdom of a lifetime, no one can ever tell. But whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you, win or lose. Forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young. Take it from the top. May the good Lord be with you down every road you roam. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true. And do unto others as you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you'll always stay. Forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young, again, forever young, forever young. So what do you say, Neil? Should we have a, I don't know what that means. We're going to do we're going to do a love offering. So it's that time of the evening, if you can. If you can't, okay. If you can, great. If you can do more, great. So we're going to take our offering in our hands. And this is a sort of a traditional New Thought little offering prayer. And so repeat after me. Divine love in me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I am, and all that I receive. And so it is. Okay. So let's do God is my source, all my needs are met, thank you, God. C minor. God is my source, all my needs are met, thank you, God. God is my source, all my needs are met, thank you, God. All my needs are met, all my needs are met, all my needs are met, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Or higher power. Let's do that one. Let's do a prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can. Yeah, some of you, I'm sure you know this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the know the difference, and the wisdom to know the difference. From the top. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can. And the wisdom to know the difference, and the wisdom to know the difference, and the wisdom, and the wisdom to know the difference, and the wisdom to know the difference. We're gonna do 2 more songs, and I think there's a nice, and then Neil's gonna come up and host. This one is called The Peaceful Energy, and it takes in the Ho'oponopono prayer, the prayer of forgiveness from Hawaii. And I have a whole shtick about this prayer and about how it came to be, but it really works. If you're in a place where you want to establish an atmosphere of forgiveness, you just say, I love you, I'm so sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And you don't have to say it to the person's face. Sometimes that doesn't even work, because that other person's may not be ready to be forgiven, or usually, you want to forgive them, but you ask them to forgive you, but it just might not be the right time. But you can still say the prayer, and you can establish that atmosphere. So in November, I was up in New Jersey. I was up there for I had a big birthday party. It was a big birthday, and I was in a little Unity church in Boonton, New Jersey. And after the service, I did my whole spiel on the Ho'oponopono, Hawaiian prayer of forgiveness. And this man, Michael Johnston, comes up to me and he says, I got a Ho'opono story. Okay. He says, well, I was driving on the thruway, and I was being one of those kind of drivers, and there was another guy, and he was being one of those kind of drivers. Yeah. And he says, so I get off the first exit. He gets off the exit. And we're stopped, and he gets out of his car, and he comes up to me, and he's going, and Michael says, so I said, I'm sorry. And then he says, please forgive me. And he says, by the time I got to, I love you, he ran away, and I said, thank you. So that's another thing about those 4 sayings. You can say them in any order. I learned it. I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. But he said, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. So that was his Ho'opono story. Thank you, Michael Johnston. So it goes, here's your part. As I forgive, I am forgiven, releasing negativity. Let's try that much. As I forgive, I am forgiven, releasing negativity, revealing kindness that once was hidden. I find a peaceful energy, revealing kindness that once was hidden. I find a peaceful energy. Let's take it from the top. As I forgive, I am releasing negativity, revealing kindness, revealing kindness that once was hidden. I find a peaceful energy. I open up to the angels' blessings. I know the end is coming soon. Keep hope alive as I'm transcending. I'll be reborn by next full moon. I'll be reborn by next full moon. As I forgive, I am forgiven. Releasing negativity, revealing kindness that once was hidden. I find a peaceful energy. I love you and I am so sorry. Forgive me if you please. I thank you now and I will tomorrow. I find a peaceful energy. I find a peaceful energy. Let me hear you. As I forgive, I am releasing negativity, revealing kindness that once was. I find a peaceful energy. So I'm going to teach you the whole Ho'oponopono prayer now. It goes like this. I love you. I love you. Let's try that much. Forgive me, please. Now your turn. Please forgive me. Forgive me, please. Now my turn. I thank you. I thank you. Now your turn. I thank you. I thank you. From the top, I love you. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Forgive me, please. I thank you. I thank you. One more time around. Forgive me, please. Forgive me. Forgive me, please. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And together. As I forgive, I am forgiven. Releasing negativity. Revealing kindness that once was hidden. I find a peaceful energy. I find a peaceful energy. I find a peaceful energy. Thank you, everybody. And Neil, thank you so much for inviting me back again, and I hope to see you all again. Yeah. And I always do my best. This is a song I wrote a long time ago. I had learned the 4 agreements. How many people here are familiar with the 4 agreements? This is very, very simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. It's Toltec philosophy. It's Mexican shamanism, and it was brought to our to the United States and to the Western world. Not that Mexico isn't Western, but it was brought to the English-speaking world, and I'm sure it's been translated into many languages by now. Back in the late 90s by a shaman named Don Miguel Ruiz. And I honestly believe that if everybody followed the 4 agreements, we would have peace on earth. And as I said, they're simple, but they're not easy. So the first, and I think they get easier. The lower the number, the higher the difficulty. So the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. Say what you mean what you say, And, I read through the book a couple of times. Now, the second time I read the book, I took in another part of that first agreement, be impeccable with your word. He says also that includes no gossiping. I'm thinking, that wasn't in there the first time I read the book. No gossiping. It's kind of fun sometimes to gossip. Oh, okay. Well, no gossiping, but he calls that black magic. Especially, if it's, did you hear about, I heard that so-and-so and such. He calls that practicing black magic because we don't really know. It's hearsay evidence. So be impeccable with your word. Number 2, do not take anything personally. That's hard for a lot of people. I practiced that one, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I really have the distinction between what is so and what is someone's opinion. There's a big distinction there. What really is and what is someone's opinion. So it's like, well, thank you for sharing. Somebody, or, well, that's not necessarily about me. Don't take anything personally, even if it's directed at us. It's hard to if it's really directed at us. But he talks about how everybody's in his or her own dream. And, each one of us, we're an expression of the one, but we're an individualizing expression of the one, as if the universe were a big sun and then each one of us is a ray. All of us is that sun, but each one of us is not the whole sun. And then some philosophies teach that you are. The universe, the entire universe is within, but it's a place where, what do they say? The center is everywhere and the circumference is nowhere, this circle. So be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. 3, do not make assumptions. You know what happens when we assume, right? We all know that one. Don't make assumptions. And sometimes we make an assumption, then we take it personally. And then the 4th one is to always do your best. And I like to compare it to yoga, because 20 years ago I could do, or 40 years ago I could do stuff that I can't really do now. Or I can't do something today that I could do yesterday, but I'm doing my best. So it's like to not compare so much, but to just make sure that you're going until you feel the stretch, and not to overstretch, because that's when we can get injured. So do your best. So this is called I Always Do My Best. And I'm just going to get another drink of water. This, how many people here know who Buddy Holly was? All right, I'll drink to that. Buddy Holly had a big influence. Have you guys ever heard of the Beatles? Okay. Yeah. He had a big influence. Well, you do. Your father told you about it. I was talking to those 3 back there. Buddy Holly had a big influence on the Beatles. Yeah. In fact, Buddy Holly's band was called, who knows? The Crickets. Right, the Crickets. And the Beatles, well, John, he was so witty. He thought of the Beatles, but the beat, not B-E-E, like the Crickets, the Beatles and the Crickets, but the B-E-A-T, the Beatles. And that's where that came from the Crickets. So I tell him a story. I'll tell you another little funny story about some youngsters. I was at EcoFest in Northport a few weeks ago. James wasn't there. And oh, and I had brought my microphone, and there were these two young kids. They were in high school, and one of them said, "Oh, could we borrow?" They didn't even know that they were supposed to have sound equipment. They said, "Well, this is our first gig," and so I said, "Oh." I said, "Oh, are you scared shitless?" And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't you know, like at Crosby, Stills and Nash, you know who they are?" "No." "Well, did you ever hear of Woodstock?" "No." Well, they were at Woodstock. It was like the first big, gigantic music festival, and it took place in upstate New York, and it was so huge they had to close down the New York State Thruway, and it was big, and it was Crosby, Stills, and Nash's first gig. And Stephen Stills goes, "This is our first gig, and we're scared shitless." Anyway, it was just so. And I said, "Did you ever hear of the Beatles?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, we've heard of them." And that was so much a part of my growing up. You know, and my favorite, of course, was who? Who do you think was? John Lennon, yeah. I don't know, you know, there was something about him. John Lennon. And that's my favorite Beatles song, All You Need Is Love. Maybe you should end with that. Okay, anyway, we're going to end with I Always Do My Best. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming tonight and for supporting us and the church. Isn't this the most fabulous, just outrageous place? Isn't this? I mean, look at this place. And so my request of you is to come back and support it as much as you can and bring friends and tell friends. And, you know, maybe some of your friends will get inspired and maybe they'll live forever. Forever young. All right, so this is kind of like, the reason I mentioned Buddy Holly is because this is written in the style of Buddy Holly. So I call this a metaphysical Buddy Holly song that I wrote. 1, 2, 3, 4. I remember I am blessed, and I know I can manifest. Life's an easy sort of test, 'cause I always do my best. That would be your part. I know I can choose success and live and breathe in oneness. Spirit puts my mind to rest, 'cause I always do my best. I agree to honesty, to love and joy and light. When I remember my divinity, I'm lifted to a new height. I agree to tell the truth, to surrender to the absolute. I affirm the magic I possess, 'cause I always do my best. I agree to honesty, to love and joy and light. When I remember my divinity, I'm lifted to a new height. I agree to tell the truth, to surrender to the absolute. I affirm the magic I possess, 'cause I always do my best. I remember I am blessed, and I know I can manifest. Life's an easy sort of test, 'cause I always do my best. 'Cause I always do my best. 'Cause I always do my best. Last one. 'Cause I always do my best. Thank you, everybody. So what do you say we go downstairs and we have some food? Oh, but first we're going to have meal.
Very Elaine Silver, so glad to have you here again. And we're going to have you back in the summer for the summer solstice. So But these, oh gosh, maybe not then.
But definitely the fall.
If you look at the well, then that. So I'll tell you, if you'll give us your phone numbers and your emails, we'll let you know the next time Fairy Elaine will be here. And
Yes, thank
if she's
you.
unable to be here for the summer solstice, certainly we'll see her back at the fall equinox.
Doug,
Some of you have come in, and I just wanted to do one more time, I wanted to let you know about the Church of Perpetual Life, where you are here tonight. We have services once a month, and our next service is actually next Thursday. You're all welcome to come back, where Dr. Maharaj will be speaking about stem cell therapies and treatments for Parkinson's and strokes and all sorts of things. And as Fairy Elaine Silver just mentioned, we're going to have some food and drinks and refreshments downstairs. We invite you to join us there. And again, thank you for coming. And Fairy Elaine, glad to have you this evening.